Hi, this is Margie Santos from the Synergy View Talk Show. And today I'm so excited because we have a special guest. And well, not really a guest because she is also part of the Synergy View Talk Show. We want to welcome Dana Hanuszczak to the show.
Hi, thank you so
Yes.
much for having me. I'm
Yes.
so excited to be here.
Yes, and again, she is part of our co-host panel. And today, we just wanted to interview her. Dana is doing so many great things in the kingdom, and we wanted people to get to know who she really is. So Dana, tell the audience, tell the world, who is Dana Hanuszczak? Tell us where you came from, where were you born, your family, everything.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Margie, my whole life kind of is my testimony. I was born to parents that were both on drugs. And they separated early. I was born in Philly. I didn't spend much time there. My mom kind of moved around a bit, and then we ended up in New York.
Okay.
So I was born and raised, in different places, but my heart is in the Bronx. That's where I
Okay.
come from. I grew up, not really having people I could count on because things are so tough, which pushed me to focus more on school and
Okay.
what would make me better. And I would see the environment I lived in, and I just really wanted to change, help people out, and make a difference in their lives, because it was really sad.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Right.
really sad, and to be a kid and to see these things, and by 9 years old I was running the household, paying the bills,
Look
cooking the
at that.
dinner, doing laundry. So
So it's like life was really gearing you up for who you are today at such a very young age.
amen, and that's why I
Yes.
say it's a testimony, because it showed me how strong I really was,
Mhm.
and that no matter what, I always was able to bounce back.
Well, it seems like it was just yesterday because you look like you're in your 20s.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
That couldn't happen so long ago.
Yeah, no.
So guys, we're talking to Dana today because not only is she a talk show host, but she is also a public speaker, a keynote speaker.
Amen.
And so, you're just so great at it. Have you always wanted to be a speaker as a young girl?
Again, going back to my environment, I always began to organize and try to make change and make things better where I lived, and to speak up for those who couldn't speak for themselves.
Okay.
Being a little white girl growing up in the city, I learned Spanish, I read it, I wrote it.
You speak Spanish very well.
And so I would
Yeah.
translate for people.
Okay.
So I've always been helping out in
Mhm.
some way or another.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not only do you speak it, but you understand it. I think you write it too,
I
right?
read it, I
Yeah,
write it, I
she's
dance it, I
very
take it, I
talented.
make sofrito. Yes. Yes.
So Dana, tell us, you being a speaker, what is your main focus interest? What do you like to speak about?
So my area of interest is domestic violence and empowering women today. I've been working as an advocate for over 18 years.
Oh wow.
I did public speaking in college, and I always had a voice, and I always wanted to help
Mhm.
those who couldn't,
Okay.
who
Mhm.
didn't know better. And so what I enjoy doing is speaking to women and telling them that, it's okay what you went through. It wasn't your fault.
Mhm.
And I believe that God has us on a road, and each road is individual. However, it's very unique.
Yes.
And so I can say I've been there.
Okay.
I've been in abusive
So
situations.
because you've been there, now you want to help others.
I want to help go pull my sister out and say,
Yes.
you know what, it's not your fault. It's okay. And there's life after abuse.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of women that, and even men.
Yes.
Because sometimes we
Yes,
tend to leave the men out.
It's not just
But
women.
it's a lot of people going through this, and
Mhm.
it's really an issue in the world. And I'm
It
so
is.
glad that God has touched your heart because, even though other women and men go through it and they overcome it, they don't go out and
Right.
help others. And this is something that God put in your heart, and you're doing for the community.
I have to be my sister's keeper and my brother's keeper.
Amen.
And
Mhm.
and just as a Christian, as
Mhm.
a chaplain,
Yes.
as a human being, I want to right the wrongs of the world. And so I want people to know, what? It's not the end of the world. We can get through it.
Mhm.
Prayer.
Yes, prayer
As long as
is
you put
everything.
God first in everything you do, He's
Amen.
going to make your path straight. And so I go back to give back because of the fact that I know how hard it was for me, and I know sometimes you want to hold on, but you need someone to open your eyes up and show you that there's a better way, and that God has a better path for your life.
And you know what I love? When people give me advice out of a place where they've been there.
Amen.
You know, like there's a lot of people educating and teaching from books. But it actually makes more of an impact when someone can tell you, I went through that, let me help you, because of their own personal experience. I think it makes a bigger impact, right?
Of course, it's just like a drug addict trying to get off drugs. You don't want to hear from a counselor who's never used drugs. You want to hear from someone who's been there that can say, I've been through it, do it this way, this is the way it works. You want to know that the person gets you.
Yes.
Because domestic violence is such a hard subject. When it comes to matters of the heart, you want to believe and trust and have hope. And sometimes you just need to be shaken and waken up and say,
And it's not just you talking about domestic violence, but she also shares her story, which is very courageous. Because many people, again, will go and teach people how to get out of the situation, but that they actually tell their story, it's a whole different thing. But Dana tells her story.
For me, again, it's a testimony, and my story is what happened to me. It's not who I am.
Yes.
It's not who I am. And I can take that pain and turn it into power and help set all the other people that are in bondage and in strongholds free.
Yes. So Dana, tell us, I'm going on to the next question. Why do you think that it's important for people to tell their story, not hold it in? Because we all go through something.
It's healing. It's healing. Every time you talk about your story, it's healing. It's healing you, and it's healing someone out there. And I believe when God puts it on your heart to share that story, it's because someone needs to hear it. There's someone going through something at that very moment, and there's something in your story that's going to change their life.
It's going to help others.
Praise God. You know what? It's not all a happy story. It wasn't all love all the time, but I keep it real. I keep it 100. This is what happened to me. This is how I got fooled, and this is what could happen to you. And so sometimes other people have to get you to wake up and see what's going on, because you can't see for yourself. So my story will help save somebody else, and they may have a similar story.
Yes.
And then they'll realize, if she did it, I could do it.
Exactly.
If God did it for her, God will do it for me.
Yes. And one thing I like about Dana, what I love about Dana, is that she just said she's real. It's not like something you wrote down or something you rehearsed. When she goes out and speaks, she's talking real life stories, and you're really just opening yourself up, like being transparent.
I let God use me. Amen. And no matter where I go on my travels, even coming here today, I'm in praise and worship from the time I wake up. I'm in fasting, and I'm just in awe and glory of my God. And I tell him, wherever it is you're sending me, I will go. Whatever you want me to do, use me. I'm your vessel. Let it be your words and not my words, because my words aren't going to heal anybody. It has to come through him.
The anointing.
And if he's not flowing, then I'm not speaking.
Amen. I love it. And this is why we love Dana Hanuszczak. So Dana, tell us, we're just loving you right now. Tell us where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because you just have so many things going on.
God is so good. Oh my God.
Yes, it's amazing.
I see myself traveling the world and speaking in many different venues, different countries, places I'll need a passport. There's domestic violence in every area of the earth. And we need to empower not just women, men too. We need to empower survivors.
Yes.
And so I see myself, continuing this journey and saving souls and helping to free the slaves.
Amen. So Dana, not only are you an empowerment speaker, you're also a travel agent.
Amen.
She's
Amen.
also a chaplain.
Amen. Amen.
She just does so much for the Lord. And what I love is that she puts God first.
All the time.
Yeah, so Dana, where can everybody contact you? How can they reach you?
So, as you know, if you're looking for help as a survivor, you can email me at dana@vownow.org. You can find me on Facebook, Dana Hanuszczak. You can find me on the Synergy page. You can find me in the Synergy Outreach, Synergy Talk Show. You can email me the word justice, the number 4, the word woman, the number 13 at Gmail. And that's it. Contact
Yes.
Margie for any bookings. And thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
Yes.
me.
God bless you all.
Bye.